good afternoon and good evening to my fellow chingos. Welcome to the 11th episode of Chimaek Hangout, where we discover and discuss of fresh K-pop goodness from musics to foods. This show is recorded on 14th of July 2020. You're with me, Zaito, and as I said, Zaito only. Thank you. And as you guys know, I do have a co-partner who do podcasts with me, which is Lucas. If you are first time listeners, if you listen to the previous podcast, then you know I do have a co-partner. But he is having his personal issue, which is to be taking care of his own family. Something like that. I won't dive deep much into what it is, but yeah, he will be back in the near future, but I'm not so sure when yet, but need to look at his family's condition that is for now. So before I forget, do check out Chimaek Hangout on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and possible your other favorite podcast platform as well. And anyway, we have already passed the 10th episode. Wow, that is fast. Wow, it is fast. Anyway, that applause just now, I'll just relate it with this as well. And let's move on into what you're here for today. So first of all, we will deep dive into our Sizzling Versus, and today the contestants in here are Chungha's play featuring Chnagmo, as well as Red Velvet's subunit Irene and Seulgi's Monster. And when we move on into our main dish topic, we will be discussing on two topics. One, how the heck do we go get our attention of our idols in fan meetings? Or should I say fan signs and fan meetings? I think these two will be the main two that you will always want to get attention. Even in concerts, this is also possible. And if we move on to another topic which is much more serious, will be lovely Seulgi slapped sexual harassing comments relating to one of her recent posts that is, what we're talking about here? Stay tuned to know about this. Alright, so we'll move on to our Sizzling Versus first. Who should I go with first? Let's go with the big one, which is the subunit of Red Velvet, Irene and Seulgi. So to give you guys a little bit of portfolio, I should say, that will be debut on 2014 under SM Entertainment for Red Velvet, that is. And previous song Psycho for the group Red Velvet with a total of 9 wins and total of triple crown on Music Bank, Music Core, and Inkigayo. That's freaking much a lot. And this is one of the big groups, I can say. Psycho was a very nice song for me, that is. If guys who haven't listened to it before, do give it a chance. You may like it, or you may like some of their choices of other songs. Maybe like Happiness. I think that's one of it, I can say it, since that's one of the much more happy song. Another thing I can say will be they have won several awards like Best Stage Performance and Best Girl Group, to name a few. So this is for 2020 and 2019. Or should I say 2019 and 2020. Alright, so let's move on deep dive into our Sizzling Versus. So to any of you guys who are new, I just say once more, Sizzling Versus is where we look into the songs in terms of lyrics, music video, and the song itself, as in the tone of the music. How we think about it, and is it going to be into our playlist for our daily routines, that is. As simple as that, and we will just make it something like a competition to any of you guys who do not understand what Sizzling Versus is. So, without further ado, moving on, Irene and Seulgi's title track, Monster. So, what is this about? What's the song about? So, this is how they actually describe this song, or basically what we can see from this song itself. The song is described as something like a heavy bass and dubstep song that match with some and hip moves, I can say, in the dance itself, as well as both the performance. Everything shows a very, very unique charm to their subunit. And to any of you who actually listen to the song and watch the MV, then you know that basically this song represents all kinds of things. If you want to deep dive, I think I'll choose to deep dive into the lyrics itself first. Because the lyrics itself, you can see a bunch of things. I'll just start in the beginning. My movement is unique, not ordinary. 1, 2, 5 to 7. I am a dancer in the darkness. I crack every joint in my body. And I come close to your bed. I will horribly steal your heart and dominate you. This part itself, it shows something like a dominant couple. Basically, this show between two people. Basically, is how this song shows. However, the second part here, under a single light, why are there two shadows? I think something else woke up inside of me. This part itself, I will relate this to the MV itself later on. If you guys already watched the MV, then you know what I'm talking about. But for me, this song have a way of representing the LGBT community. Why I say this is because the song itself have a way of showing awaken of who they are, who they really are. The shadow that have been hidden for so long is finally here. They are who themselves is, but in this term, maybe they are representing more of the lesbian community in a way, I can say. And not to forget, if I move on into much more deeper, one member is under the LGBT member, while the other is maybe someone who is just a normal girl, normal lady, I'll put it that way. But in the chorus itself, I'm a little monster, be scared of me. I bother you, making you dream only about me. I'll dance and play as I cast a spell on your body on a nightmare. And with saying of this, you can see that basically the person who has awoken as who she really is actually trying to bring in, to attract the other person, to dominate the other person, to love her. And with this, I can actually say this really fits with what the MV is actually about. So currently now, I'll be merging with the MV. In this song itself, you can see that the person who has awakened have so much fun trying to basically turn this person to her other shadow as well. And in the MV, there are some moments you can see that it actually shown, even in the dance itself, which I won't deep dive into it. But if you can see in the dance, there are some portion where she is actually trying to convert, I can say, to make her into a member as well, to love her, to be one with her. I think that's a short way I can say it. So in the MV itself, you can see that parts, and some parts, I know one particular part is a favorite of everyone who actually love Red Velvet. That will be the kiss scene, or should I say the almost kiss scene. That part represents the beginning. That part is the where all fans scream. Oh, I do not know what to say, but only to say bravo, man. Bravo, Irene and Seulgi, you have made your fans scream like hell. If you guys do not know what I mean, you can go and check on the react videos for this MV on YouTube. You can see a bunch of things. I love all the way because even myself, I was quite surprised to actually see this happening. This is just so awesome. I have nothing much to say to it. But if we need to move deeper and to understand more, we'll just go to the music tone. The music tone, as I said, it is dubstep. It's not my type of song actually, to be honest with you. It's not my type of song because it's just too heavy for me. I love bass, but dubstep itself, if it's the whole song, it's just too much for me. I prefer something with a mix. As I mentioned last time, I will say something like Blackpink's latest comeback. That song was something that how should I say? It was on my borderline. that song itself is on my borderline. How Do You Like That was actually on my borderline. Other than that, I do not know what else song. Maybe you guys can actually suggest to me what kind of song is can actually maybe break my borderline. I actually like it. Maybe you guys can actually suggest it in the comments below. Or you can just leave us a voice message on Anchor if you're listening from Anchor, and on the comments if you're listening on YouTube, that is. Alright, so if we move into the music, as I mentioned, dubstep was very heavy. The whole song was actually, the MV looks good. I love the MV, but the dubstep is the only factor that I will say it may not be in my list. It may not be in my list for now, because when we move to the next person, as I mentioned, it may be a bit different then. However, if you need to actually describe it in a way as overall with this support, I will say this is something that I just find out recently, that is that the concept that actually being described in this so-called monster song is to actually appear in each other dream to mess up with that person. Basically, similar something like a immortal monster is what the girls are saying. However, for me, it's much more on the LGBT side if we want to relate it to the MV and the tone of the song. The tone of the song actually brings that so much out rather than just saying about dreams. So this is another side of what the theory I basically can say have regarding to this. So what you guys think? Just leave your comment and I'll try to read on it if I have the time to see so. So moving on to the next person, which is Chungha. Chungha itself, well, I think we have already covered Chungha pretty much a few times already. So Chungha, wow, she has been releasing a lot of songs. I'm surprised, here we go again, another time with Chungha. Well, Chunghwa's this time song is a little bit much more special, but before that, let's move on to the portfolio again. Debuted on 2016 as IOI from the Survivor show, produced, then debuted on 2017 as solo under MNH Entertainment. And not to forget, her previous song Snapping with a total of 6 music show wins. Pre-release single Stay Tonight actually peaked on the 9th place on Gayo charts and the 4th place on Billboard World Digital Song Chart. And to add on, multiple awards in 2019 and 2020, to name a few, will be Best Female Solo, Best Dance Solo, as well as Digital and Physical Bongsa. This is a few of it, which is a very good achievement. I'll skip everything else and move on to the MV, the song, and the lyrics itself. So basically, she's back with her new song Play. And you can see that it is basically a Latin pop inspired track with a reggae influenced genre in it, where it's very different from Stay Tonight. And not to forget, this is actually a feature with Chnagmo, which is a rapper. And I say, it is a well done thing. I love the song. I love the colors of the MV, which is very different from Red Velvet's MV, because Red Velvet's is much more dark. Although it is well produced, which I forgot to mention, which is well produced, but it looks too dark, which also is not really to my liking as well. While Chunghwa's, although the song I won't say I like it the most, but it has the points where I think this song is really good. And as I said, this is a Latin pop inspired song. The lyrics itself have this thing as well. I'll just start with the beginning. This is a translation of the actual Korean language to English. So heads up to you guys who just wondering, how the hell do I have this kind of lyrics? So this is the way. So for this song, the beginning is, this feeling is so dangerous, baby. I wonder how you feel. This breathtaking pulse keep going, baby, without even knowing. It's clear you're a different color from the tips of your fingers. You're holding my heart. When I open my eyes, baby, I'm already dancing with you. Basically, this is another song with a little bit of domination in terms where I can say the male party is actually much more dominant, and in a way is actually approaching the female party. In this way will be Chungha to bring out, to play with her, as in how the song say, to play with her, to make her into someone, or should I just rephrase it, to shape her into what he wants. It means without her knowing, she has become the male party's ideal person by shaping her into who she wasn't into what she is now. Basically, someone much more brighter, much more colorful, much more playful in a way, I can say. So when we move on to the next part, which is, I can say, the bridge of the chorus, is my eyes are still shaking with the sound of my heart. Let me know. The sound of the clock hands in me are getting faster more and more. Don't hide those passionate eyes. Just blow your mind. I feel your breath getting rough, and I can take no more. This part is another part where I will say, heads up guys, this is a little bit much more on a higher note, adult stuff, I can say. So as they approach, as they get much more deeper, as both parties are getting much more similar, and as the Chunghwa has trying to open herself from much more innocent self to a much more extrovert, in a way I can say, extrovert self. And when I say this, you can move on with the next part without anyone knowing. You and I are gonna play, light a fire. Oh, that's my way. Do it for me. Oh, that's my babe. Basically, well, they are moving on to the next step. If you see the hidden meaning in here, you can see that it's basically they're moving on to the next step. They are going on to the adult stuff. Okay, this is how I'm going to keep this show children friendly for now. Adult stuff. And children, if you are listening and you don't understand what is adult stuff, if you're listening, I know my listeners here usually are not children, so just heads up, guys. And when we move on into this much more deeper, it is pretty much talking about those stuff already. And you can see another part is, I am out of control. Do you trust your instincts? Basically, the control has gone out of craziness already. She has already become someone very, very new. And she has become someone much more, how should I say, much more dangerous than who the male party expect her to be. It means it's already gone out of control. She has become so much more overpowering than the male party. So in a way that in the end of the song, based on the lyrics, it is overturned. Now Chunghwa as the female party has already dominated the male party. That's pretty much how I see the lyrics itself. When we move on to the MV itself, as I said, it's so colorful, it's much better than Red Velvet's, it's so dark. But another point, I will say that pretty much it was so colorful. The dance itself actually brings up what the MV is, although I will say this, it is much more simple. In budget wise, I would say it is somewhere on a normal budget, but they managed to make it look so good that I think I can count it as on a higher budget, over budget MV in a way. Because some portion you can see is very, very simple as the background. On some part, especially in the so-called arena with the car where she is doing the Latino, where we have the bullfight, I can say. Yeah, the bullfight. On that portion, it's looking so good. And I know that part is where they blow their budget away, where the other part of the MV is actually very, very simple. So with that saying, I will say another part is the song itself. The song itself sounds very very good because I myself I actually like Latin pop on some way on the normal side. I prefer Latin pop sometimes, especially we have a lot of songs coming out. I pretty much have already discussed with Lucas a few times with this kind of songs. So Latin pop is a yes for me, but overall the songs is much more on the flat end. I will be honest with you. Compared to Red Velvet just now, those song is on the high end dubstep and high bass. While for this one is somewhere on the middle, maybe I can say above average. Overall, these two songs are two songs that are very, very different but have somewhere the same meaning. So when we put these two together, I'll just say this. Chungha songs play will be in my playlist for sure. For the next few months until I found some new songs that is. So all I can say is, congrats Chunghwa's play. And before I end this part 1, I'll say another thing is, Chunghwa songs MV itself is actually the main point. The MV itself is the main point why I actually love this song. While for the music, it's somewhere I can listen during my gym time, I guess. So to any of you guys who think that Red Velvet is better, I do agree with you, it's better. But for myself, own opinion of songs that I like, the dubstep is too heavy, sorry guys. So with that, we shall end part 1 here. So moving on to part 2, let's go.
Hello guys, like what you're listening to? Please do follow us on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram page. Links on the description, and let's move on to part 2.
Alright guys, welcome back to episode 11 of Chimaek Hangout part 2. So as I mentioned just now, our main dish topic, one of it will be, how the heck am I gonna catch my idol's attention on fan meetings, fan signs, as well as concerts? Have you ever wondered this? We have so many ways that fans already come out. Let's see what we have of you. So for you guys, I will link an article on this as some of the example I'm giving now. When we talk about this itself, one of it will be actually wearing a wedding dress. An actual wedding dress to any of this. Maybe to a fan meeting, a concert, or a fan sign itself. I do not know what to say to this, but this actually happens to NCT during an NCT fan meeting. If I'm not mistaken, it is towards Doyoung. Yeah, Doyoung. Towards Doyoung, where he was actually very very surprised where the fan, which is a girl, actually make a version of her own wedding dress to the fan meeting. I'm so surprised that I say, what the heck? I feel like if the next thing can go worse or it can go crazy, will be, I think the fans out there will pretty much just going like this. Yup, I can hear those laughter coming out because fans like us love to tease our idol, so sometimes we have those minion evil laughter coming to us. So yeah, well done for wearing a wedding dress, I guess, for girls, and wedding maybe tuxedos or coats for guys if you have the idea to do so to your girl groups. Wing wing. And if we move on to the next one, is to actually go as one of their iconic moments. When I say iconic moments, it can be something like what they have dressed before, maybe some costume they have wear before. If I want to give you one of the example that we have the most, is actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is another one from NCT, where 10 as Mona Lisa during a Halloween celebration. So one of the fans actually just pretty much remake it into something of herself. I do not know what to say, but this is another cute point and this is also very very well done. We even have a lot from Twice as well, because Twice have all those Halloween's fan meeting. So from there as well, we can see a lot of fans actually trying to dress themselves in this kind of way. But so far, I haven't seen a lot of basically during fan meetings, as well as, sorry, I should be saying fan signs. Fan meeting itself, we have seen a lot already, especially for Twice Halloween fan meeting. Yeah. So if we need to move on another step further, why not just bring on a marriage certificate? That's the craziest thing. Just bring a marriage certificate, do it that way, and pretty much people can go crazy. I don't know what to say. Only I can say, just do this. What? I feel awkward if I'm the idol itself, if this happened to me. So, to fans out there, if you ever want to do this, be precaution, because your idols may give you, just pretty much give you this comment. This isn't your first time doing this, right? And then you can pretty much reply, it's my third time, it's my fourth time. This is just crazy. What the hell? I'm laughing, sorry guys, I'm just laughing to think that if myself I'm doing this, I'm just laughing the heck off already. And if I really want to do other things, I think another one that I can actually show will be something much more like a fairy tale. Even give you example, how about doing it like Cinderella? If you do it like Cinderella, it will be very very nice. It means if you're on your bias, you're getting a sign, your fan sign. After fan sign, leaving your heels if you're ladies, leaving your shoe if you're guys, and going to the next member. Isn't that just like a fairy tale? Like how Cinderella left her shoes behind. Going to laugh like hell, and they will remember you for sure. And as I mentioned one more time, this is how you can catch your idol's attention. And another one that I can actually just pretty much say to you is dress uniquely. Dress pretty much uniquely. If you can dress uniquely, you will be remembered. Another way I can say maybe unique will be actually dressed as Spirit Away, Konashi. This is one of the famous character, and if you visit your idols using this way, they will remember you for sure, because Konashi itself is scary, it's funny, it's unique. If I want to give you guys example, will be Twice Halloween fan meeting where Jonghyun actually dressed as it. So excluding Twice, for other groups itself you can do this. For Twice, I don't think so, unless you're doing it during fan meeting or fan signs, which I have already seen a few happening, which is kind of funny, but at the same time, wow, this is really really good. But Konashi's is one of the, I would say, one of the top way to actually say good. Alright, it's a very very good way to actually just get their attention. If not, I think another one will be just as a T-Rex. You guys know the full-blown T-Rex costume. That costume itself, if you can dress in that and go to a fan signs or concert, you will be the one to get their attention. But pretty much concerts itself, you may get kicked out. I'll say that much. But that costume, you will for sure be remembered. Even maybe your idols will just give you the thumbs up sign. Because it's just, to be honest, it's just stupid to do that. But another way is just a genius to do that. And last but not least that I can recommend you to actually do is to actually dress as them. Dress as them, or dress as, I would say, somewhere along the lines of their childhood. Yeah, these two are the last thing I would say, because if you dress as them, they will say, wow, you're me. They will try to remember you in a way. If you dress as their childhood memories, maybe I'll say, give an example that I have here is Luna's Chori, which one of the fans actually dressed as Teletubbies. And well, I'll just leave you guys with this. You guys can check out the article. There is a short video of her dancing with the fans who dress as Teletubbies, that is. which is just so funny, so fun. And before I end this, I'll just say that fan meetings itself, as well as fan signs and concert, it's tiring, it's taxing for both fans and idols. So having this kind of fun time with us dressing this kind of way is actually a way to brighten them up. Not only for them, but for the fans as well. We get a laughter from that. So I'm very, very well said to this is applause to all the fans who dare to do this, and to those of you in the future who are going to try this out. Here you go. This is for you, and only you who dare to do this, because this kind of thing is very, very embarrassing to do actually. But for your idols and for your buyers, why not? Try it out. Anyway, moving on to something much more darker will be Lovely's article, which came out pretty much few days ago, or should I say pretty much yesterday from this when this is recorded. So Lovely's Seulgi actually posted up some beautiful pictures during her vacation with her family, and she was wearing pretty much basically bikini, a red bikini to put it simple. But as you know, idols, when they post up this kind of pictures, they will get sexual comments from wherever it comes. We do have haters, we do have some fans who are just Byuntae out there. So to those of you who don't understand what Byuntae is actually pervert. As simple as that, pervert. So we have these kind of things happening out there with basically any bikini pictures for idols. Same goes for this. A lot has happened, and pretty much the attention of this is actually when she actually hit back on some of the haters showing up to ruin the fun of everything. One in particular assumed that Jisoo is having a steamy time with her boyfriend and posted the sexual harassing comment on a online forum that is. So when Jisoo came across this, or pretty much I can say fans actually take this and pass to her. Show her that this is happening, maybe inside her DM that is. So she pretty much just take a Insta story, a screenshot of it, post it up, and voila. No one works out to wear a bikini on a trip with a family. LOL. Mans, it must have been steamy. I bet her boyfriend loves it. That's what is actually said on the comment or the forum itself. But on pretty much the Insta story, what she replied is, looks like I'll be seeing you soon. Bracket in court. So in court is understanding that I'll be seeing you soon. So in the past, if I remember correctly, Jinsu actually mentioned that whenever this kind of thing happens, she will actually take legal action towards them. So as a way to actually prove that this is a family trip, she actually posted a picture with her sister as well. Well, basically just their back. So why not? Why can't others idols post these kind of pictures? It's due to these stupid comments. For us, yes, I'll be honest with you guys, and to anyone who are listening who are non-K-pop fans, even us, we have our beauty side. And among fans, idols understand that this beauty side of us will never go away. Even as normal fans, we do sometimes discuss these kind of things. We will say, ooh, they looks nice, ooh, they look like this. And to be honest, not only guys, girls as well. If you're in the community, you will say this kind of things happening a lot, because we love our bias as an overall. So how they look, what they show, we pretty much, if in a normal term, we will just put out an emoji of a nosebleed. Ooh, they look so beautiful. Ooh, oh my god, the curve, pew. But we will never ever put out any sexual comment that is like this. We will say that you look beautiful, will you marry me? You're giving me a nosebleed. I think giving me a nosebleed is the borderline for me. That's as far as I go. Other than that, this is pretty much just a stupid thing. I do not know until when we're going to have this kind of hateful or haters comment, or basically fans that go overboard. Because when we say go overboard, it can be something like trying to track know where they are, trying to find out what they're doing, where they are. Basically, in simple terms, the pre-debut of a sussing fan. I do not like that actually. For that to happen and for haters to actually make up stories like this, it's just stupid. It's very, very stupid. Why must this kind of thing happen? Although I'm not really a lovely fan as overall, but this is just a very stupid thing. But I'm very glad to you fans out there who are lovely fans. You've done a very good job actually. Why I'm saying this is because Jisoo actually mentioned about this is she has actually learned how to make a PDF files of hater comments now. She also used the IP tracking tool that fans make for her to hunt down this commenter. So once more, I'm giving so many applause during this podcast, but once more I will say to you fans out there, bravo guys, bravo. For all those IT, or should I say, information technologies geeks out there who are fans of Lovelies, you've done a very, very good job in creating this IP address tracking tool. Because with this, idols will have a much better life. If not, why not sharing this on the forum? Maybe not. Or why not sharing this to the companies? I think that would be a much better way. Because by doing this, you can see it is a very easy things to do. Because being an idol is actually, I would say so far, and overall, as long as I'm being a fan from SNSD to Twice currently, being an idol seems like the easiest job, but it could also be the hardest job ever. Why I'm saying this is because idols need to face in front of the society, in front of the community. Whatever you post will be judged. It's just a stupid thing to happen, but that is what present society attitude is, including for myself. I judge everything that I see online. I'll be honest, even you as a listeners, you will have moments like that. Oh, if you say, I'm not like that. Yes, you're not like that most of the time. But you cannot deny that this will happen, well, pretty much anytime. Or in a real life, when you see an accident happen, I'll just take this as an example. You see an accident happen. As a good person, you will try to stop them to help them. But as a person who are trying to avoid issues, you will just drive away. As simple as that. In Malaysia itself, where I'm living, I can see this kind of thing happen a lot of time. Because when for us in Malaysia, we have the attitude of avoiding issues, especially for Chinese that is. Alright, for Chinese in Malaysia, most of us try to avoid issues. So when that kind of thing happens, we will try not to get involved. That's a kind of attitude that we have. Avoid issues if you can. So when that kind of thing happens, and if someone judge us, we will be on the light of a society as a negative side. Why we are not helping? Why are we doing this? Yes, avoiding issue is correct. Why that person is in danger? Why can't you help? It's just pretty much stop, make sure that person is okay, give a call to ambulance. Why can't you do that? Right? It's simply just very, very similar what we're talking about this. Why can't we just stop doing these stupid things? Right? Why I can say these two things are very, very similar in a way is because it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Both ways are aware how we think these kind of things, because we are in front of the society. It can be very very stupid in a way. I am very very sorry because I'm saying so many stupid words in here. It's because this part is actually, I'm just trying to hold in the anger I'm feeling currently. Alright. And before I end this part, I'll just say one last thing. Jisoo, you have done a very very good job to hit back on haters. Although I'm not a fan of yours, but I love how you actually just hit back. For me personally, to my listeners here, I love when people just bash back on haters, especially idols, because idols have a long history of being silenced, and with the recent time, with how we have social media now, doing this way actually helps them a lot. And when I say this, it's because we have a lot of mental issues happening in the current time. Mental issues, you can see a lot of groups are taking rest because of mental issues. It's all because of these haters as well. So to end this part, I'll just say, well done, fans, well done, and hopefully we will find a way to decrease, I won't say end this, I'll say decrease this kind of attitude. Alright, so with that, I shall end this show here with our last outro. With this saying, be who you are, challenge yourself, do your best in everything you can, because you may not discover yourself yet, and you may not discover what your dream is. Once you do that, just try to approach it, because everyone's timing is actually different. But when it comes to dreams itself, it's very very different, so approach it preciously. And on our next episode, we will be discussing more on some other groups. If I want to give you guys a teaser on what those groups are, maybe I'll say something along the lines of Snow White, if you know who I'm talking about. Alright, so one of the groups will be about Snow White. Boy group, girl group? Well, you guys guess where I say Snow White that is. And lastly, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're watching from YouTube. And follow us if you are listening to our podcast. And don't forget, leave us some voice messages on Anchor if you will have any question you'd like to ask. So with that, I shall end this podcast. And last saying, annyeong guys, see you next time.